A challenge is described as a task or a situation that tests one's ability. Now, a challenge is a thing we choose to take on ourselves, and very few actually succeed on their own challenge. Why do we embark on these strenuous challenges? Do we do it to reach a summit only few ever reach? I believe we each love the moment when we reach that summit. We look back on our progress and sense a notion. That notion of achievement, that is what we seek. Now, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, is a game where you are a traveling spirit guide that finds a village full of corrupted spirits that need your help to pass on. Now, along the way, you find these cute little things called the Rot, and with them, you find the true nature of this power and bring balance back to the land. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to the real challenge of this game, the trials. These trials range from archery, racing, and enemy boss rush. Now, you may think what's so challenging about this, and I'll admit, most of these really aren't that challenging. No, I'm talking about the last one, the Village Leader Trial. This specific trial tests my true mastery of this game, pitting you up against three of the toughest bosses in this game: the Hunter, the Warrior, and the Mask Maker. Two at a time, of course. And did I even mention the three little side missions they want you to do as you dodge and weave your way through these attacks? Each attack does quite a bit of damage, and they chain together if you let them. It doesn't help that you're on the hardest mode, where the enemies are more aggressive and deal more damage. The road here was tough already, and before I sit on the final meditation spot and end the game, I wanted to finish strong with that 100%. To repeat a task, only to fail at the very end, is only something Sisyphus can truly enjoy. Now, to give my repetitive struggle meaning, I made every death count by learning this game's punishing parry system. The parry mechanic is something so punishing that I went the whole game barely using it. If you missed your parry, half your health, gone. Now, to truly harness this game mechanic, I used a rock. These rocks are actually accessories to your staff, and this one in particular gives you a little bit of healing for every parry. It didn't help. And this went on for a while. And eventually, I threw away my honor. That's right. I slowed them down and mercilessly beat them down while they could do nothing. And I did it again, and again, and again. And finally, I was making progress. Whether it felt cheap or not, were questions for later. You can't beat results, and I got my result. Now, if you did everything correctly, you should only be fighting one guy at the end, because we attacked the other two simultaneously, right? Good. Now, the last battle should just be just as easy as the last two. Unfortunately, we need to take care of one complication: the side missions. This one specifically, only shoot the real mask maker during his trap attack. Easy, right? Wrong. I don't know if it's the difficulty, the glitch, or just the trial, but the enemy had no tap. Normally, the one that glows is the real one, but every time, nothing was glowing. I went in a spiral thinking I missed something. I needed a clue. I needed to mark him. If he wasn't going to do it for me, I had to do it for him. Thus, right before the masked man used his shadow clone jutsu, I marked him. With this, surely my struggle was at an end. When people choose to challenge themselves, they seek to grow and prove themselves. People choose to play on the hardest difficulty. They choose to play with restrictions. They even choose to play blindfolded. We choose to tackle these challenges to mark our spot on a summit few ever reach. This is my mark on 100%ing the hardest difficulty in Kenna. What do you mean, New Game Plus? Master Mode? Well, I give up.